by, friends. Summer, 1913. Gradual changes in Grover's Corners. Horses are getting rarer. Farmers are coming into town now in Fords, and everyone locks their doors now at night. There haven't been any burglars in town yet, of course, but everybody's heard about them, you see. You'd be surprised, though. On the whole, things don't change much around here. This is certainly an important part of Grover's Corners. It's on a hilltop, a windy hilltop, lots of sky, lots of clouds, often lots of sun and moon and stars. Come here in a fine afternoon, and you can see range on range of hills. Awful blue they are, up there by Lake Sunapee and Lake Winnipesaukee. And way up, if you've got a glass, you can see the White Mountains and Mount Washington, where North Conway and Conway is. And of course, our favorite mountain, Mount Monadnock, right there. And the towns that lie around it. Jaffrey and East Jaffrey and Petersboro and Dublin and there, quite a ways down, is Grover's Corners. Yes, beautiful spot up here. Mountain laurel and lilacs. I always wonder why people like to be buried in Woodlawn or Brooklyn when they might pass the same time up here in New Hampshire. Over here are the old stones, 1670, 1680, strong-minded people that come a long way to be independent. Summer folk come up here and laugh at the funny words of the tombstones. Don't do any harm. And genealogists come up from Boston. They get paid by city folk for looking up their ancestors. They want to make real sure they're daughters of the American Revolution and of the Mayflower. Well, I guess that don't do any harm either. Wherever you come near the human race, there's layers upon layers of nonsense. Over here are some Civil War veterans, ironclads in their graves. New Hampshire boys had a notion that the Union ought to be kept together, even though they'd never seen more than 50 miles of it themselves. All they knew was the name, friends. The United States of America. The United States of America. They went and they died about it. This here is the new part of the cemetery. You'll recognize your friend, Mrs. Gibbs. And let me see, here's Simon Stimson, organist at the Congregational Church. And Mrs. Soames, who enjoyed the wedding so. You remember? Oh, and many others. Here's Editor Websborg, Wallace. His appendix burst while he was in the Boy Scout camping trip to Crawford Notch. Yes, an awful lot of sorrow sort of gets quieted down up here. People just wild with grief had brought their relatives up to this hill. And then time, sunny days and rainy days and snow. We're all glad that they're in a beautiful place. And we're coming up here ourselves when our fit is over. Now, there are some things that we all know, but we don't take them out and look at them very often. We all know that something is eternal. And it ain't houses, it ain't names, it ain't earth, it ain't even the stars. Everybody knows in their bones that something is eternal. And that something has got to do with human beings. All the greatest people ever lived have been telling us that for 5,000 years, and yet you'd be surprised how people are always losing hold. There's something way down deep that's eternal about every human being. You know, as well as I know, that the dead don't stay interested in us living folk for very long. Gradually, they lose hold of the earth, and the ambitions they had, and the pleasures they had, and the things they suffered, and the people they loved. They get weaned away from the earth, that's the way I put it. Weaned away, and They stay here while the earth part of them burns away, burns out. And all of that time, they slowly get indifferent to what's going on in Rover's Corners. They're waiting. They're waiting for something they feel is coming, something important and great. Aren't they waiting for the eternal part in them to come out clear? Now, some of the things they're going to say maybe will hurt your feelings, but that's the way it is. Mother and daughter, husband and wife, enemy, money and miser, all of these terribly important things kind of grow pale around here. And what's left, memory is gone. And your identity, Mrs. Smith? Well, there are some living people still here. Here comes Joe Stoddard, our undertaker, supervising a newly made grave. And the Grover's Corners boy had left town to go out west.
Good afternoon, Joe Stoddard.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me see now. Do I know you?
I'm Sam Craig.
Gracious sakes, alive. I should have known you after the funeral. You've been away a long time.
Yes. I've been going away for 12 years now. I'm on some business out in Buffalo, and I was in the East when I heard the terrible news of my cousin's death. So I thought I could buy a little and come visit the old home. You look well.
Yes. Can't complain. Very sad, though, or journey today.
Yes.
I always say hate to surprise when a young person is taken.
Old Farmer McCarthy. I used to do chores for him after school. He had the great lumbago.
Yes, we brought Farmer McCarthy here a number of years ago now.
Oh, but why? This is my Aunt Julia. I forgot that she, of course,
Doc Gibbs lost his wife 2 or 3 years back. Today must be another pretty bad blow for him.
That's my sister Carrie's boy, Sam Craig.
I'm always uncomfortable when they're around.
Simon.
did they choose their verses much?
No, not usual. Mainly bereaved pick a verse.
Doesn't sound like my Aunt Julia. There aren't that many Hersey sisters left now. Let me see. I want to see my father's and mother's.
Over there, with the Craigs. Avenue F.
He was the organist at church, right? He used to drink a lot, he used to say.
Yeah, he's in a kind of trouble. Towards his own life, don't you know?
What happened?
He hung himself in the attic. They tried to hush it up, but of course it got around. Chose his own epitaph. Ain't a verse exactly.
Why, it's just some music notes. What is it?
Oh, I wouldn't know. It was written in the Boston paper at the time.
Joe, what did she die of?
Who?
My cousin.
Didn't you know she had some trouble bringing a baby into the world? It was her second though. Little boy, about 4 years old.
Is the great one you want me here?
Yes, we're opening up a new section over by Avenue B. You'll excuse me now, I see they're coming.
Who is it, Julia? It's my daughter-in-law, Emily Webb.
Why declare? The road up here must have been awful muddy. What did you die of?
In childbirth.
Childbirth. I've forgotten all about that. My, wasn't my father wonderful?
Wonderful, was it?
Simon, now remember.
I remember Emily's wedding. Perfectly lovely wedding. And I remember her reading class poem at graduation exercises. Emily was the brightest girl ever graduated from high school. I heard Principal Wilkins say so time and again. I went to call on them at the new farm just before I died. Perfectly beautiful farm.
We lived on that same road.
Yup, right short call.
Oh, I
dear. They'll be gone soon. Just rest yourself.
Seems like thousands and thousands of years since Papa remembered that was my favorite hymn. I wish I'd been here longer. I don't like being new here. How do you do, Mr. Simpson?
How do you do, Emily?
Mother Gibbs, George and I turned that farm to just the best place you ever saw. We thought of you the entire time. We wanted to show you the new barn that we built and the great long cement drinking fountain for the livestock. We bought it out of the money you left us.
I did.
Don't you remember, Mother Gibbs? The legacy you left us, why, must have been over $350.
Yes. Yes, Emily.
Well, there's a patent device on it that never lets it overflow, and it never sinks below a certain drawing they have on there. It's fine. It won't be the same to George without me there. It was a lovely farm. Life people don't understand, do they?
No, dear, not very much.
They're sort of shut up in little boxes, aren't they? It's like thousands of years since I knew them. My little boy is staying at Mrs. Carter's house. Oh, Mr. Carter, my little boy is spending the day at your house. Yes, he loves it there. We have a Ford too, Mother Gibbs. Never gave us any trouble. I don't drive, though. Mother Gibbs, when does this feeling go away? Of being one of them, how long is it?
Shh. Dear, just rest yourself.
I know. Look, it's over. We're leaving. Look, Mother Gibbs is giving some of my flowers to you. It's just like George, doesn't he? Oh, Mother Gibbs, I never realized before how troubled in the dark like people are. Look at him, I loved him so. Morning till night. That's all they are. Trouble. The cooler than it was.
Yes, that rain's cooled it off a little. Those northeast winds always do the same thing, don't they?
If it isn't a rain, it's a 3-day blow. But, Mother Gibbs, one can go back there. It's a living. I know it. I feel it. Like just then, for a moment, I imagined the farm. And suddenly I was there. And my baby was on my lap as clear as day.
Yes, of course you can.
I can go back there. Live all those years over again. Why not?
All I can say is, Emily, don't.
But it's true, isn't it? I can go back there into living again.
Yes. Some have tried, but they soon come back here.
Don't do it, Emily.
Emily, don't. It isn't what you think it be.
But I won't live over a sad day. I'll choose a happy one. I'll choose the day I first knew I loved George. Why should that be painful?
You not only live it, you watch yourself living it.
Yes.
And as you watch it, you see the thing that they, down there, never know. You see the future. You know what's going to happen afterwards.
But is that painful? Why?
That's not the only reason why you shouldn't do it, Emily. When you've been here longer, you'll see that our life here is to forget all of that and think only what's ahead and be ready for what's ahead. When you've been here longer, you'll understand.
But Mother Gibbs, how can I ever forget that life? It's all I knew. It's all I had.
Oh, Emily, it isn't wise. Really isn't.
But it's something I must know for myself. I'll choose a happy day anyway.
No. At least choose an unimportant day. Choose the least important day in your life. It will be important enough.
But it can't be since the wedding, or since the baby was born. I can choose a birthday at least, can't I? I choose my 12th birthday.
All right, February 11th, 1899, a Tuesday. Do you want any special time of day?
I want the whole day.
We'll begin at dawn. You remember it had been snowing for several days, but it had stopped the night before, and they'd just begun clearing the roads. The sun's coming up.
Why, there's Main Street. There's Miss Morgan Hawkins drugstore before you changed it. And there's the livery stable.
Yes, this is 1899, 14 years ago.
Oh, that's the town I knew as a little girl. And look, there's the white fence that used to be around our house. I'd forgotten about it. I love it so. Are they inside?
Yes, your mother will be downstairs in a minute to make breakfast.
Is she?
And you remember your father had been away for several days, but he came back on the early morning train.
No.
Yes, he'd been away at his college to make a speech in western New York at Clinton.
Look, here's Harry Newsom. And there's a policeman. But he's dead. He died.
Get up, Bessie! You're up early, Bill. Got called down to rescue a Polish fella. Darn near froze to death he was. Got jumped and lay amongst the strangers. Thought he was in bed when I shook him.
There's Joe Kroll.
Good morning, Mr. Warren. Morning, Hallie.
Children! Wally! Emily! Time to get up!
Mama, I'm here. Oh, how young Mama looks. I'd forgotten she was ever that young.
You can call me dressed by the fire if you'd like, but hurry! Ooh, it's cold. Temple it by my pardon, Mrs. Webb. Thank God, they keep yourself wrapped up.
Mama, I can't find my blue earrings anywhere.
I'll leave it out for you special, dear. Just open your eyes. There's a snake that'll bite you.
Yes.
Morning, Bill. Morning, Mr. Webb. You're up early.
Yes, just been back to my old college in New York State. Everything all right here?
Got called down to rescue a Polish fellow. Darn near froze to death.
We must get it in the paper.
Why not?
Papa.
Good morning, Mother.
How'd it go, Charles?
Oh, I told him a few things. Everything all right here?
Yeah, can't think of anything special that's happened. Howie Newsom said it's under 10 below in his barn.
Yes, well, it's colder than that at Hamilton College. Students' ears are falling off. It ain't Christian. Paper have any mistakes in it?
None that I noticed. Copy's ready when you want it. Oh, and Charles, don't forget, it's Emily's birthday. Would you remember to get her something?
Yes, I've got something here. Where's my girl? Where's my birthday girl?
Don't interrupt her now, Charles. You'll see her at breakfast. She's slow enough as it is. Hurry up, children. I don't want to have to call you again.
Oh, I can't bear it. They're so young and beautiful. Why did they ever have to get old? Mama, I'm here. I love you all, everything. I can't look at everything hard enough. Can I go inside? Good morning, Mama.
Good morning, dear, and a very happy birthday and many happy returns. There's some surprises waiting for you on the kitchen table.
Oh, you shouldn't have. I can't.
Now, birthday, no birthday, I want you to eat your breakfast nice and slow, okay? I want you to grow up and be a big, strong girl. Okay, and that in the blue paper is from your Aunt Carrie. And I reckon you can guess who that postcard album's from. George Gibbs. Must come over in the cold pretty early to bring it for you. Right, nice of him.
Oh, George. I'd forgotten you'd done that.
Now chew that bacon nice and slow. Keep you warm on a cold day.
Oh, Mama, just look at me 1 minute so you really saw me. Mama, 14 years have gone by. I'm dead. I married George Gibbs, Mama. Your grandmother, Mama. Wally's dead, too. His appendix burst on a camping trip to North Conway. We felt just terrible about it. Don't you remember? But just for a moment now we're together. Mama, just for a moment now we're happy. Let's look at one another.
Now that in the yellow paper is something to found in the attic and one of your grandmother's things. You're old enough to wear it now, and I thought you'd like it.
Oh, this is from you. Oh, Mom, it's just lovely. It's just what I wanted. It's beautiful.
Hope you like it. Hunted all over. Your Aunt Nora couldn't find one in Concord, so I had to send all the way to Boston for one. And Wally's something for you, too. He made it in that manual training class of his. He's right proud of it, so make sure you make a big fuss about it. And you found out something for you, too. Don't know what it is myself. Here he comes.
Where's my girl? Where's my birthday?
I can't go on. It goes so fast we don't have time to look at one another. home. Bye. Goodbye, Grover's Corners. Goodbye, Mama and Papa. Goodbye, the clock's ticking. And Mama's sunflowers. Goodbye to food and coffee and fresh iron dresses and warm baths and sleeping and waking up. Oh, Earth, you're too wonderful for anyone to realize you. Do any people realize life as they're living it? Every minute?
No. The saints and poets, maybe. They do. Some.
I'm ready to go back.
Were you happy?
Oh, I should have listened to you, Mother Webb. That's all they are, just blind people.
Look, it's clearing up. The stars are coming out.
Mr. Stimson, I should have listened to them.
Yes. Now you know. Now you know. That's what it was to be alive, to move about in a cloud of ignorance, to go up and down, trampling on the feelings of those around you, to spend and waste time as though you had 1,000,000 years, to be always at the mercy of some self-centered passion or another. Yes, now you know. That's the happy existence you wanted to go back to. Ignorance and blindness.
Simon Stimson, that ain't the whole truth and you know it. Emily, look at that star. I forget its name.
My boy Joel was a sailor. No mom. He sit out on portion evenings and call them all by name. Yes, sir, mother.
Stars might have been company.
Yes, yes, 'tis.
Here's one of them coming.
That's funny. Ain't no time for one of them to be here. Goodness sakes.
Mother Gibbs, it's George.
Shh, dear, just rest yourself.
It's George.
My boy Joel, who was a sailor. He used to say it took millions of years for that light to get to the earth. Don't seem like your body could believe it. They said millions of years.
Goodness, now that ain't no way to behave. He ought to be at home.
Mother Gibbs,
Yes, Emily.
they don't understand, do they?
No, dear, they don't understand.
Most everyone's asleep in Grover's Corners. The lights on are in the deep, where Shorty Hawkins just watched the Albany train go by. And in the livery stable, someone's setting up and talking. Yes, it's clearing up. There are the stars doing their old crisscross journeys in the sky. Scholars haven't settled the matter yet, but they seem to think that there are no living beings up there. Just chalk or fire. Only this one is straining away all the time to make something of itself. Strained so bad that every 16 hours everyone lies down and gets a rest. 11 o'clock in Grover's Corners. You get a good rest, too. Good night.